Hi guys, it's been a while. Sorry for not posting. I know not everyone know why I haven't been posting. It's because a couple of days ago, or last week, I hurt my foot so I couldn't walk, so I had to stay in bed. And when my foot got better, I got sick and had to take a corona test. But I'm back, and I will be reading the continuous on the other stories, like Simba. Hawk's Sister Listener, Broken Wolf, and Not Like Other Girls. That's all list of videos I know I'll do for today. Without further ado, let's begin. Chapter 33. 33. Battle of the Hero Killer Final Part, or Part 2. Written by Crimson _ AM Mappa, link in the description below. Katsuki Bakugou x Hawk's Sister Listener Series. Warning, mentioning of blood and violence. Skip it if you need to. Ida was still on the ground, paralyzed, and you were starting to get worried and even scared, while Shoro had a hard time regulating temperature and controlling his fire towards Stain and Izuki, bouncing off the walls of the building, throwing punches at him. You were left zipping and zooming in circles, darting like an arrow of hunter around Stain, cutting him on his arms, body and leg, with the tip of your sharpened wings. Shoro, watch yourself! You screamed, just in time for Shoro to dodge Stain, and hit him with his fire to keep a safe distance. Shoro had cuts and blood all over his body. Pain smeared across his face. Izuku's leg had been split open on the side, with the blood dripping carelessly from the wound. He had miraculously not been able to get cut, which infuriated the hero killer, who was just trying to do his job. Stain knocked Izuku on the floor, and Shoro was panting out of breath and trying to stop the blood from spilling from his arm. When he glanced over to Ida, he was twitching. Yes, Ida, get up. Your thoughts were cut off when Stain ran at you and hit the blunt end of his sword against your chest, sending you falling backward like a basket bat and a ball, except you were the ball. He hit the floor hard on your back, and Stain hovered over you with the sword at your throat. Crap! To your horror, he lifted the sword to your face and ran it slowly across your neck. You winced as the blood came streaming down your streaming down your painted feature, and Stain laughing maniacally. I think that's how you say it, I don't know. Izuku tried to get up to help you, but his legs wouldn't allow him, so tears started running from his eyes to see his friend in such agony. Wyan, no! He whimpered out. Shoro was afraid to use his quirk, in case he hit you, so he frantically tried thinking of a solution. Unexpectedly, the pin of the sword was lifted from you, along with the holder, because Ida had rocked straight into the impact, with Stain and kick him away from you. The hit was so brutal, the blade of the sword split into parts. You rubbed away the blood as Ida helped you up and got you and Izuku, and were all at Shoro's side. He is now confidently using his fire to hit Stain. I'm sorry I couldn't. He paused as he talked to you. It's alright, but let's get this over with. You had a determined attitude, and you would not let it fall without a fight. Izuku began bouncing again, while he instructed Shoro to freeze the air. Then he made a wind, hitting the villain, and yelled in pain. He yelled in pain. Cold air stung like knives, while Ida realized that his engines were busted from kicking Stain. He had Shoro to freeze them, so he decided to help Izuku in close range. With great difficulty, you and the boys had enough time to try a final move. If I could just use my legs, use my arms, use my wings. A total annihilating punch from Izuku, kick from Ida, and a slice from you. Stain had been knocked hard and was still in midair. Shoro's fire crisped him and the ice caught him. You prepared to fight him fight him again, but he had been knocked unconscious. With a sigh of relief, he let the feathers fully soften and looked to Izuku and Shoto as Ira sat down. We need to collect his weapons. Also, maybe tie him up. The boys nodded and got to work, stripping him of his knives and blades while tying him up with some ropes they found in the dumpster. You hauled him with Shoto out of the alleyway while Izuku had to be carried by a native since his legs were injured quite badly. I can't believe I wasn't much of a big help, and I'm the pro hero, he said with a chuckle, attempting to lighten the mood. Who is talking? I don't know. No, it's okay. I don't blame you. Not one person alone could go up against the hero killer. Izuku stated tiredly. You nodded. Yeah, 4 of us had a hard enough time. Hey, I told you to stay put. When they looked towards Izuku, there's some random old man from before was scolding him. Who's this? Shoto asked curiously. Gran Torino. He's a pro hero I'm interning with. Izuku shyly admitted. He nodded to Gran Torino with a smile as he did the same. Soon after, a pro hero showed up. Hey, Endeavor said you needed kids. They all were surprised to see the infamous hero killer being dragged behind you and Shoto. Ira seemed quite tough, so you turned to him only to see slightly teared eyes. Ira? He asked curiously. I thought... He started to quiver and stared at the ground. I'm so sorry. You all risked your lives for me, and I didn't do anything. I'm so sorry for getting you all into this mess. He couldn't control the tears from casting down his face. You instantly ran up to him and hugged him. It's okay, Ira. We're your friends. We'll do anything for you, especially if you were in trouble and needed help. You pulled back and lifted his chin. We should be sorry. This made Ira look at you with wide eyes. Yeah. Izuku chipped in. He was now standing on his feet. We're your friends, and we wouldn't even see how much you were going through. We're sorry. Ira seemed to relax, and they all smiled and laughed as friends again friends again. What? At the ridiculous event you had. Get down! You suddenly heard from Gran Torino, and before you could obey his warning, you felt you lift off the ground, but you weren't flying. A screech of pain came from your back, and a fearful scream left your lips as a winged Nomu carried you into the sky. Your friends called your name in desperation, but you couldn't wiggle. You couldn't wiggle free from this grasp. His claws pulled at your arms and wings, and you heard a click from one of your feathered limbs, making you wince again. Ow! It's dislocated. Now that you couldn't fly, all you could do was stare at the ground below, which was getting further away. That's when time seemed to stop, as the Nomu would stop flapping its wings, and started falling. His claws still tightening as he screamed for life. Hit that pavement, and a gash of blood dripped from your slit in your forehead. With blurry vision, you could subtly see Stain, standing on top of the Nomu, which had a knife in hand held by the villain himself. You tremble as you lift yourself up with your arms, trying to focus your widened eyes. Stain looked at you, and your breath became heavy and faster. He held your chin between his fingers while retrieving his knife. Everything I do is for the better society, was all he said as he walked towards the heroes behind you. To rid the city of hypocrites, of heroes. His eyes were mad, and his mask had ripped off his face. Only one is worthy. All Might is worthy. Right as he finished, he stopped dead in his tracks. He didn't move, or blink, or talk. The pro stood frozen, wondering what happened. You could see horror on Ira's face, and Izuku and Shoto wanted to run over to you with pleading faces. You were the only one to actually realize that the Nomu had also been associated with the League of Villains that attacked at the USJ. Did that mean this was all because of them? Did they really attack a second time? He had so many questions. They were certain about one thing. This was no coincidence, just the beginning. Oh my god, that was so good! Oh, tea! Oh, I like that. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I'll see you guys next video. Bye!